Hello everybody, the Piggy here, and today is a Minecraft Cinema 4D rigging tutorial. Okay, so in this series, we'll be covering how to make a Minecraft rig. So what we'll be doing today is we're going to make the leg. Next time we'll make the arm, then the body, then we're going to texture all them and position all of them in the right spots, and then finally the head, which is probably the most longest process. Okay, so first of all, before we start this video, we're gonna do a few things. Okay, what you're gonna do is you have your default layout here. You're gonna take these little dots on the left here where my mouse is. You're gonna drag that all the way on top until it goes above this thing right here. See, yep, there. Now we have some extra space. Now you're going to right click this material manager and close that. Now take this and move that over here. Drag that down. Drag this like this. Okay, there. Okay, now we have a nice big viewport. Now you're gonna go to wait. Okay, we're gonna go to Window, Customization, Customize Commands. We're gonna put a few things here. Okay, type in PSR and drag in Reset PSR to the side. Right, freeze transformation, put that on the side. Joint, put that there. Bind, put that there. What else do we need? Point morph, add point morph. We're also going to need enable quantizing, quantize move slider. Is that it? Yeah, okay, that's it. Now you're gonna X this out. You're gonna go to Window, Customization, Save Layout As, and I'm just gonna call this one Tutorial. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have our layout here, now you can always go to this Layout tab and select your layout when you're watching this tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start off with a cube here. Okay, now in Minecraft, a leg is 12 pixels long. 12 pixels high, and in Cinema 4D, a pixel is 6.25 centimeters. So we're going to write 6.25 times, and in Cinema 4D, the times symbol is the little star, times 12 and 75, and on the sides it is 4 pixels. So we would write 6.25 times 4, and x is the same thing as z, so 25 there. Now that looks about right. Now segments are these little flat surfaces that make up the entire cube. At the moment there are 6, one for each side of the cube. Okay, now we're for this we're gonna make each segment act as a pixel. So for y, like I said before, 12 pixels, z 4, x 4. Okay, now we're gonna click NB on our keyboard to see all the segments. Yeah, it looks like a Minecraft leg. You're gonna select the cube and you're gonna hit C, and I'm gonna call this leg. Okay, now after you hit C, now it's editable and you can move the segments on its own. Yeah, anyways, what we're gonna be doing is this little quantize thing. You're gonna click that and you're set this to 6.25. Actually, 6.25/2, which is divided by 2. So now we have half a pixel. Now what quantizing does is if we set this to half a pixel, it's going to move up that much that we put in. See, if we were to put in 10 centimeters, then when we move it up, it'll snap on 10 centimeters. Anyways, we're going to move up our cube 37.5. And as you can see, this little thing right here, PSR0, if we click that, it's going to put it back to its default position. But we want this to be its default position, so we're going to click Freeze Transformation. Now as you can see, that is back at 0. And if we select the leg, that's its new default position. Okay, we're going to create a joint. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold Control, drag it up 37.5, then let go of your mouse, then Control. Freeze it. 37.5, then freeze it. Now the bottom joint should be called foot. This one should be called knee. This one should be called leg. Foot bone connects to the knee bone connects to the leg bone. Select all of them and selected all of them and froze them. Now we froze them. Okay, select everything and click this bind thing. Yeah, and basically what that's doing is we're telling Cinema4D that we want these joints here to sort of deform and control this our leg. It doesn't look that great. We're gonna be fixing that. Okay, what you're gonna do is on the leg, there's this little tag here, the weight tag. You're gonna double click that. And what weighting is, as you can see, if we were to click on the knee joint, this is, when we rotate the knee joint, it is controlling these parts of the leg. Like, see 100% here, like 50% here, whatever. You're going to set the strength to 100, hardness 100, uncheck visible only, click the middle mouse button, and then middle click mouse button over here on the front view. Click NB so you can see everything. Now you're going to zoom in by holding 2 and dragging in, and 1 drag to sort of like move around like that. Okay, you're going to hold Control and just drag everything above the knee joint here. And now just reselect everything under the knee joint. There. Now select the leg joint. Everything under the knee joint, gone. Everything above it, redo that. Okay, now once you have the leg joint selected, you're going to hold Control and select the knee joint, and that should select both of them, and now you just go into the middle like that. There, now you're going to go back to regular view. Now, as you can see, something different is going to happen. We're going to have a different result. Now when we rotate this, see, when we rotate it to 90 degrees, these segments at the end, they match up because we changed up the weighting a bit, I guess. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to click this leg here, and we're going to add a point morph. Okay, you're going to name this rigid bend. Okay, now you're going to go to the front, and to tell where you are, to tell if you're at the front or not, you're going to go to one side of the cube, and the blue arrow should be pointing away from you, and the red arrow should be pointing on your right. So this is the front here. Go to Edge Mode, select your last selection, and to make sure only Select Visible Elements is checked on, what you're going to do is you're going to match up the joint with the middle edges, right there. Okay, now you're going to select the sequence of edges under the middle. Okay, when you select something, you hold Shift and select something else to add on to the selection. Otherwise, something like this will happen. So select, hold Shift, select. There. And if you do make a mistake, you can always hold Control and get rid of that. There. Now we're going to move this up 6.25. Okay. Now everything above the middle. Shift, Shift, Shift. We'll move that down 6.25. A pixel. There, it should look like this on the side. Now we're going to go to the back. Also, if you're not sure how to navigate, 1 drag like this, 2 drag like that, and holding 3, dragging will do this. Okay, so we're going to go to the back now. Everything under the middle goes down 6.25. Everything above will go up. No, oops. Everything there will go up. Should look like this on the side. go to point mode and click your last selection and uncheck this. Now you're gonna middle click mouse button, go to right view, NB to see everything. Now as you can see, you can tell these are the points that we moved down 6.25. We're gonna select the one diagonally across from that. So this one right here, and we're gonna select the one diagonally across, up half a pixel. Then select this one across diagonally, down half a pixel, 3.5. Go to edge mode. Click UL on your keyboard, and you're gonna get loop selection. It'll select all the loops. Select this loop right here, just going straight through the middle. Take your scale tool, scale it out on the z-axis 200%, right there. You're gonna go back to your regular view. See, it doesn't look that nice, I guess. But as you can see, when we rotate this knee to 90 degrees, we get exactly what we want. There. Perfection. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is that, well, as you can see, when we rotate it, it still doesn't look that nice. So what we're gonna do is this pose morph here. If we click on it, as we scroll up percent, as you can see, is applying the changes along as we put up this slider here. It is applying the changes. What we want is this to be at 0%, and as we rotate the knee 90 degrees, this percentage will start to move up. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click the knee, Cinema 4D tags Espresso, and get this little panel right here. Drag in the knee, drag in the pose morph. On the pose morph, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the blue box, tag properties, rigid bend strength, knee, red box, coordinates, rotation P. Okay. There. So now obviously if you're to connect these together, it's not going to really work out because these are completely two different data types. This is degrees, this is percent. So we need something that would break down the data together. So right click, new node, Espresso, calculate range mapper. Okay, input range, we're going to set the degree, output range to percent. Input upper 90 degrees, and output upper should be 100. So you can see now what this is going to do is whatever's on this side, degree will, when it turns to 90, it will turn this pose morph to 100. So we're going to connect all this together. There. Now as you can see, as we rotate this knee, nothing's going to happen because we need to sort of update it. So click on the pose morph, click on animate tab. And as we rotate this knee, should work. There. Now there's some parts where it doesn't look that great, like right over here and stuff. Yeah, so what we're gonna do to fix that is we are going to go back to our Espresso. If you X'd it out, then you just double click the Espresso tag and open up back up. Click the range mapper, scroll down, hold Control and click, and you're gonna get a dot. Move that to the bottom left, hold Control, click, move that to the top right. Sorry if you can hear that background noise. I'm actually recording this really early in the morning and some things are going on outside. Sorry about that. Okay, anyways, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag this little you're going to drag this little arrow here and gonna put that like right about there. Select the bottom point and move this arrow to 0.4 there, and as you can see, as we rotate this knee, it will look much better. Yeah, and that's our goal here. That's what we want it to look like. Now, I sort of messed up. Wait, and you put this exactly pointing at 0.4. There. Okay, as you can see, if there's some parts that you don't like, as like it starts to fold in like this, then if you don't like this, you can just play around with this so you get it right. So take the top one, just move that around a bit so you get exactly what you want there. There, that looks pretty good. Obviously, sometimes this is gonna happen. It's not that big of a deal. You can play around with it, I guess, if you really care about it that much. But it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that there is good. Okay. So now what we're going to do is you're going to click this knee, and for the rotation p-axis, you're going to type in 0.1 and click enter. Okay, and I'll explain to you why in a second. Right click the top leg joint. Oh wait, first what we need to do, right click the knee, Cinema 4D tags, protection, set the bottom to limit, set this to maximum 90. Okay, there. Now you're gonna type in 0.1 again. Okay, there. Right click the leg, character tags IK. Now when we click on the IK tag, we're gonna drag the foot into the end, because that's the bottom, the end joint of our link. Now goal, we're gonna click add goal on this, and then sorry, brain fart. Okay, now you're gonna see what this is gonna do. What this does is, this goal here is an object, and all the bones will sort of follow it. As you can see, as soon as it comes above the foot joint will move up, and that will cause the knee and the leg to rotate like this. As you can see, it should work properly. If it doesn't bend at all, then you probably forgot to put the 0.1 apply thing. Anyways, we're going to hit PSR. You're going to delete this goal because I just put this goal to test. We're going to make a much better looking goal. We're going to click a cube. Actually, I'm going to make, okay, we're going to hold here. I'm going to make a rectangle. Put the plane to this. Okay, there. I'm going to make this like, I don't know, 30, yeah, 30 by 30. Okay, so now we have our rectangle here. We'll go to basic, use color on, and download just some random color. Okay, we're gonna make this our goal, so I'm gonna name this leg goal. Messed that up. Leg goal. Okay, you're going to click on the IK tag, drag this into goal. So now this rectangle here will act as our goal. And if you want to see how smooth it is, you can just disable quantizing and see much better, more smooth. Okay, see, it looks pretty nice. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is we are going to set up the fancy feet. And what fancy feet is, here, I'll give an example. When we were to move this goal over here, we want the bottom edges of our leg to sort of stretch and add like that, so it seems like an actual like foot rotating, and that's really useful for walk cycles. Here, I'll show you how that looks like. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're going to click on the pose morph tag, go to edit mode, add pose, and now we're gonna call this one fancy. Okay, so select the leg, go to the front, and remember the red arrow should be pointing on your right, and blue arrow should be pointing away from you. Okay, go to the front of the leg. Make sure this is, when you click on live selection, make sure only select visible elements is on. Okay, edge mode, you're going to select these two bottom ones here. Move that down. Oh, oops, forgot to enable quantizing. We're going to move that down 6.25. Okay, now take just the bottom part, move it down an extra 6.25. We're going to do the same, sort of like the opposite on the back. Select all these. Up 6.20, up 6.25. Now just the top layer. Up another 6.25. Oh, sorry, just the bottom layer. Oops. Yeah, up 6.25. Okay, it should look like this from the right. Now you're gonna go to our right view by clicking middle mouse button and middle click on the right panel here. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to point mode and uncheck only select visible elements. So it selects everything from behind as well. Just select this bottom part, move that down 6.25. Select this one right here, half a pixel. This is gonna go up half a pixel. This is gonna go up a full pixel. There. Go back to your regular perspective, and it should look like this on both sides. There. Now, as we put up the percentage, it should look like this. There. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're going to hold this cube icon until a panel appears and let go at null. And null is just sort of like you can't really see it really. It's mainly used for grouping objects together, I guess. You're going to go to the object tab after you make your null, display none. So you can't see it at all. The only way you can select is from this panel. I'm going to call this fancy 1.0. We're going to drag this into the foot, and you can freeze it if needed. Okay, now, I messed that up. Fancy, okay, there. Hold control and drag that into the goal and freeze. And I'm going to call this one fancy 2.0 just to make it organized. Okay, double click this espresso tag here. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to click the pose morph, tag properties, fancy strength. Now what you're going to do is you're going to drag the null in the goal. Coordinates, rotation P. Right click, new node, espresso, calculate range wrapper. Oops. By mistake made something else. Okay. Node, espresso, calculate range wrapper. Okay, there. This is going to be really similar to the other range mapper we made. So input range, degree, output range, %. This time we're going to set the input upper to negative 45 degrees. Set this to negative 100 and set this to 45. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to connect these together. Okay, we're almost finished with fancy feet. You're going to close your espresso completely. Right click on the the null in your foot. Actually, I'm gonna right click my leg, Symbol 40 tags, espresso. Now we're gonna do something in this espresso tag, and if we do it in the same espresso tag as before, it might mess something up. Drag in the null from the foot joint and the one from the goal. And the one from the goal, click on the blue box, global matrix. The one on the foot joint, red box, global matrix, and now just connect them like this. As you can see, now if we were to take our goal here, you can see our rigid bends aren't working. Now you might be wondering why. That is because last time we made a pose morph, we need to go to the animate tab to update it, and that's the exact same thing right here. The animate tab. Now as we do this, you can see there we have our fancy feet. They sort of follow along like this. Looks pretty good. If you want to see how smooth it is, you can disable quantizing. There we have our fancy feet. One last problem we have is that it glitches through the ankle. And if we put it all the way around, the pose morph will go more than 100 and will sometimes go to 200% and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to, also if you hit PSR 0 or undo and something like this happens, you just click PSR 0 a second time. Now what you do, right click the null in the goal, semaphore tags protection, set the bottom to limit, make the P minimum -45 and maximum 45. And as you can see now, as we rotate this, fancy feet like this, it won't go overboard. Click this, and we can also rotate our goal to do that. Guys, looks pretty good, and that is it for this tutorial. Oh yeah, one last thing. You're going to close everything up, select everything, and click Alt G. It's going to make a null. You're going to call this leg. Going to freeze it, and then you're going to freeze everything in here. There. That is it for this tutorial. So I'm just going to quickly save this. Okay. And I'll see you guys next time when we'll make the arms. And also, by the way, the arms are incredibly easy. It's literally almost the exact same thing, but instead of fancy feet, we would have wrists, which are easy to set up. Oh, also, select your select the leg null. Go to Object, Display None. There. Save that back again. Okay, see ya.